you to the stand share of center, and let's start off by taking a look at the Kaiser Permanente keys to the match. Chris.
Well, for the Highlanders, it's welcome home Kaiulani. The Kamehameha Big Island graduate, 21 kills against Hawaii last time, hit 302. She's got to come up big tonight for the Highlanders to be successful. For Hawaii, history lessons. Did Hawaii learn anything? Says Robin Amo. She asked me to say that. When they were down 2-0 and 8 points from being swept, she thinks they learned some lessons, but we'll see. I'll explain as we go along.
Yeah, these two teams went to 5 sets back on September 30th in California. We are playing volleyball here on this night at the SSC. Kendra Kelsch gets that one dug up back over the net. Middle set goes to Emily Maglio off the block and down. And Hawaii starts off with the opening point. The Hawaiian Tel FCU starting lineups will be scrolling at the bottom of your screen. Highlanders come in 9-10 overall, 1-6 in the Big West Conference. Hawaii is 13-6 on the year, 7-1 in the league. And that one big, bold blemish coming at the hands of Cal Poly a couple of weekends ago. Last time Hawaii played in this building, in fact, after Hawaii had built a 2-0 lead in that match. Here is Kaiulani Ahuna. She can drop some hammers for sure. Great dig by Savannah Kahakai, which leads to the Emily Maglio crush.
So Kaiulani Ahuna took 3 great swings there. Tried the first one, a 2-0 off the end blocker. That's how she got 21 kills last time. Then she went cross court into the hands of Savannah Kahakai.
Ahuna, the team leader in kills, 3.28, unable to handle that service receive. And it becomes an ace for Claire Marie Anderson.
Hawaii's first ace of the year, I believe, against UCR. Remember, they went blanco that night against UCR. The night before, they had 17 aces against Fullerton.
Oh, that is another heavy hitter, Brooke Callahan from the opposite position. 5'11" senior from Bishop, California, averaging 2.28 kills per set. You won't see a lot of aces, at least the trend this season has been you wouldn't see a lot of aces from UC Riverside. They rank last in the Big West Conference in that category. Slide goes to Mags. That was easy pickings.
Oh, that was a big slide. What a great set from Yosia that time. She sent it all the way to the antenna, right where Mags likes it. She had one-on-one blocking. Couldn't be better.
Maglio has been on an epic tear here as of late. Casey Castillo with the serve. It's an overpass. Opportunity here for Hawaii. Slide goes to Maglio. The touch shot missed of the court. So it's a point for UC Riverside. But Maglio, not only is she second on the team, 2.96 kills per set, but she is one of the tops in the nation in blocks per set. And in fact, she has racked up double-digit blocks in 3 of the last 4 matches.
Yeah, you're right. She really has been on a tear, kill percentage-wise as well. She started out the year hitting around 250, well below her average.
We got a rotational violation here on the side of UC Riverside.
It's unusual to see that on behalf of the serving team. Usually it's the receiving team that gets that rotational violation.
So 5 serving 2. Gianna Guinasso back to serve. You see McKenna Ross also into the match. Guinasso knuckleballs it over. The set goes outside to Ahuna. Block got fingertips on it. Bump set outside to McKenna. Granado is blocked back. She'll get another crack at it. Roll shot. That time it's dug up by Christy Alejo. Ahuna, touch shot. Right there is Granado. Yosia found that deep corner.
Oh, man, we might see that shot once a year where Yosia will go up and turn and face the whole entire court. And she sees, oh, there's the open spot right there in the corner. No other place was open. Robin Amo Santos loves it, being a fellow setter.
A two-handed set to the open spot. That was just pure volleyball IQ right there on the part of Noreen Yosia. Back row set to McKenna Ross. Outside, Ahuna down the line, covered by Claire Marie Anderson. So back bump set Guinasso to Granado. And there's Natasha Burns stuffing the attempt by Yulia Ushakova, 6'1" redshirt freshman from San Diego, California. It's the Hawaii 6'5" sophomore that denies access.
Yeah, Burns has been a substitute as of late. Usually Howling starts or Sky Williams starts, and Burns will come in if those two aren't working. Now all of a sudden she's worked her way into a starting position.
Yeah, Howling had started the previous 6 matches. But you're right, Burns has given them some good contribution. And there's Yosia thinking offensively again. So an early timeout is forced by UC Riverside head coach Michelle Patton-Coleman. We'll be back.
This presentation of Rainbow Wahine Volleyball is sponsored by Bank of Hawaii and Kaiser Permanente.
Welcome back. Hawaii up 8-2 coming out of this timeout, hitting .333 in this opening set. Emily Maglio has 3 of Hawaii's 5 kills. The other 2 belong to Noreen Yosia, the setter. UC Riverside flatlining it before that, put down by Kaiulani Ohuna. 5'10" junior out of Hilo, Hawaii, a graduate of Kamehameha, Hawaii, over there on Hawaii Island. The first island recruit for head coach Michelle Patton-Coleman in her 5th season. As you see, Michaela Sherman, 6'1" sophomore from Antioch, California, out on the floor now for Riverside. Outside, here's Granado. And she got the touch and logs her first kill of the match.
What a set from Yosia that time. Clear across court, probably 30 feet away, and she puts it right on the money for Granado. Look at those numbers by Granado, 4.07 kills per set. Ooh, that's a lot.
She's been doing some heavy lifting for sure. 24 kills, 9 digs in Hawaii's last win over CISA. Yet another 5-set match. Already 7 5-setters logged by this Hawaii team. Good save there by Kahakai, bumped over the net by Natasha Burns. Outside, the swing by Sherman. And guarding the back line was Ross. Here's Kendra Kelsch. And she sends it long. Good write-up by Cindy Lewis in the Honolulu Star Advertiser about Kendra and her affection for art and photography. And how she is on a path to become a teacher.
And she didn't even go into that much about her surfing background, except one shooting the pier at Huntington Beach. But she's also a great skateboarder as well.
And here she is getting the set on the outside. Oh, but sends that one long, just narrowly misses the end line. And even Kendra Kelch was a little surprised by that result. It's now 5 serving 9 here. Highlanders with the service possession.
No panic buttons need to be pushed. Both those are good swings by Kelch.
Oh, last second Ross made the play on the serve. Kelch is blocked back. Here's Kahakai now to bump set cross court to Granado. Double block up, it didn't matter. McKenna Granado, who, if you remember, in this match on the road in California when Hawaii had to come back to win in 5, she really took on the responsibilities of being Hawaii's go-to hitter. And in fact, in the last couple of sets, went error-free while putting down a whole lot of kills.
24 for the night, to be exact. That's a lot of kills. It's averaging like 6%.
Yosia goes middle to Burns, pounds it straight down to the floor.
Pretty easy to connect with someone who's 6'5", and I think touches probably close to 10 feet. Good connection between those two.
If you need tickets to an upcoming UH contest, visit hawaiiathletics.com, call 944-BOWS, or visit the Stan Sheriff Center box office. 3 easy ways to get your seats for exciting UH sports action. And that's pretty exciting if you're Robin Amos Santos. When this team serves effectively, they play effectively, and there's a service ace for McKenna Granado.
And I watched practice this week. They worked a lot on their serves and their passing. A lot of time on passing this week.
McKenna Granado, who has been pretty effective in terms of scoring from the service line as of late. As I was eking that thought out, though, she goes into the net. But she is now second on the team with 22 service aces on the year.
She's got a really effective serve. She serves at a high velocity, that jump serve. I think she could serve the hybrid and put a little bit of topspin on that.
Well, shanks that first touch, though, and Kendra Kelch, standing in front of us, is able to save it back into the playing court. And then no blockers up on Brooke Callahan as she pounds it down off of one leg.
Callahan played 2 years at JC, so she's an experienced senior. She was all-league at JC, All-State, and MVP in the state tournament as well. So she's got some great pedigree.
Yeah, played both indoor and beach volleyball at Grossmont College in California. That swing by Casey Castillo dug up. And on the outside, Sherman is stuffed. Burns and Kelch saying,
Sherman, all Big West on the freshman team last year. Led this team in kills last year and kills per set. So she is a good one on the outside, and she is probably the largest pin hitter at 6'1".
Here's Savannah Kahakai. Good pass there on her serve. You'll see off of the paintbrush swing, was able to dig it up. Here's Kelsch over the double block, diving save by Nicole Rodriguez, a good redshirt freshman libero. She takes on the setting responsibilities here. Callahan got that one tapped back by Maglio. And then Sherman just slaps it over. Chance for Hawaii. Back bump set. Kahakai to Castillo. Two-handed in the air by Rodriguez. Sherman, bigger swing. And you see some of the future here for UC Riverside on that effort.
Just a sophomore is Michaela Sherman. No wonder she was picked all Big West freshman team last year. She's got a hammer.
She was actually a Big West Conference Freshman of the Week selection and the first ever Highlander recipient of that honor at one point last year.
And guess who her favorite basketball player is? Draymond Green.
and things were going so well between she and I.
Yeah.
Outside, here's Casey Castillo. Gets the better of that one.
Casey Castillo, kind of like the unsung hero, just quietly gets her kills every night. Quietly hits it a good percentage at 250. And just seems to be the rock solid at that spot. And she's played so many positions since she came to Hawaii.
She was pretty conspicuous the first time these two teams met back in September. Good two-hand save there by Granado. Steps back behind the 3-meter line, does Castillo, but she's dug up. Here's Ahuna down the line with some force. Gets the point for the Highlanders. But getting back to Casey Castillo, she went for 14 kills, hit 500 in that 5-set win for Hawaii against Riverside.
Yeah, she's the quiet one. Just gets the job done night in and night out.
You'll see it goes middle to Maglio. Heavy-handed swing that time by Mags.
Hawaii in a pretty good rotation right now with their two most prolific attackers in Maglio and Granado up front with Yosia.
And so it will be Castillo to serve. 15 serving 9 here in set 1. And it's an ace.
Casey Castillo's another one who at 6'3" almost serves the ball. When she gets a jump, it's that jump serve, jump float. It's almost coming down. Look at the trajectory of this. It's going down, and it's tough to handle.
Already the third service ace for Hawaii in this match. And that one she blasts a tad bit too long. You may notice the purple that is displayed around the arena tonight, including the ties on the hair for the Wahine, the pins all over, as well as some of the attire. It is for domestic violence awareness. This is a promotion being put on by the University of Hawaii's POW Violence campaign. Certainly a very important issue as it pertains to what we are seeing across the nation on college campuses as well. So
one of the Hawaii's beach volleyball players actually spearheading the event tonight in the arena, Hannah Zlapany.
And doing an incredible job of it, as well, as you see how pervasive it has been.
I got my purple on, do you?
I got my pin.
There you go. There's Hannah Zlapany with Lisa Strandma'a.
Yeah, definitely inspiring the legions that have come out to the Stan Sheriff Center here tonight. Here's Ahuna with the swing, goes through the block and down for the Riverside point. So Ka'iulani Ahuna once again finding some success against this vaunted Rainbow Wahine block. 3 kills, no errors on 10 attempts.
And, you know, she played on a very successment program in high school, Kamehameha Hawaii. BIF champs 4 times, and she was player of the year her junior year, made all-state twice with the Eastern Washington, and we got a new coach that didn't recruit her, so she put the feelers out. And UCR tended to be the one that was looked like the best fit for her.
Burns missing the mark on that swing. So Riverside within a handful here, 12 serving 17. Granado on the first touch, gets the set on the outside, but she misses down the line wide. So here is one of those signature lulls that has haunted this Rainbow Wahine squad throughout the season.
The self-inflicted wounds, we like to call them. Hawaii hitting only 200 now. UCR hitting 182. Not great offensive numbers.
And a near ace there Granado from behind the line, dug up by Rodriguez. Chance for the Highlanders. They go slide to Ushakova. Now Hawaii on the attack. Granado the touch shot. Right there is Sherman. And then pulling a Noreen Yosia, dare we say, is Chelsea Doyle, doing the same thing Noreen did earlier in the set. The 5'8" junior from San Diego, finding that open spot in that deep corner of the Hawaii defensive formation. Timeout, Rainbow Wahine. Welcome back. Let's take a back fact. And Emily Maglia, you see that column to the right of her photo. The column on the left is her numbers in those categories. The column on the right is the percentage difference in terms of how far out in front of the individual in second place in those categories is. I mean, she is just dominating this Big West Conference in so many different ways. As Sherman hits it into the net, and Hawaii out of the timeout gets the point. But leading the league and 8th in the nation in blocks per set. She has matched her career high with 10 blocks in 3 of the last 4 matches. I mean, she has just developed into one of the best middle hitters in the land as that serve goes long. There's no two ways about it.
Yeah, she really has. What an improvement she's made since freshman year. Remember, her real sport is to be a hockey goalie.
That's right.
She played with the boys when she was younger. Here's her best friend and roommate, Calais Greeley, having some fun.
Calais Greeley, who hails from Riverside, California. Been fighting a little bit of an illness this week. We'll see if we get some Calais Greeley cameo action later on in the match. As Sherman goes through the Hawaii block and down. And look at the scoreboard here, Chris. The largest lead for Hawaii was 7. It is whittled down to 2 in not too much time. You'll see it goes middle to Burns, blocked back. You'll see it this time backside. Granado pinballed around. Sherman gets a swing. Right there is Ross. Here's Granado again over the double block. And that time, she gets the point.
Well, the fans were certainly getting restless when the differential was only 2. They started doing their "Let's Go Bows" chant, and it resulted here in a 3-point differential now, 19-16.
A timeout from UC Riverside here, so inching our way home in set number 1. Welcome back. Series record sponsored by Aston Hotels and Resorts. Hawaii has never lost to UC Riverside, although it got pretty hairy in California back on September 30th, as you see.
It sure did. One strategic difference tonight, a more offensive Noreen Yosia. In that 5-setter, she only had 2 attempted attacks. Tonight already, we're not even done with the first set yet. Yosia's got 3 attempts.
But while Hawaii had a certain rhythm on its side of the net to start this first set, we're seeing them sort of drag along here in the middle portion. Now getting into the latter portion of this opening stanza. Here's Kelsch. And seeing a lot of fight by Riverside and keeping a lot of these sequences alive. Yosia goes high and away to Castillo. Right there is Rodriguez. Here's Sherman, blocked in row. Burns and Kelsch shut the door.
Hawaii has definitely changed their alignment and blocking. They're taking more lines. See, Kelsch went all the way out to the antenna to make sure that there would be no tooling of the outside blocker. They want their attackers, the Riverside attackers, to go cross-court into the hands of Savannah Kahakai or into the middle blocker like they did that time of Natasha Burns.
And that time Sherman was able to get it by that Hawaii double block. Natasha Burns making just her 3rd start of the season. She's got a kill and 3 blocks to her credit. Heck, she even has a dig in her stat line.
Right.
Hawaii hitting 175 in this first set, 167 for UCR. And that connection to Maglio wasn't there. Point for the Highlanders. It is a 1-point differential here in the first set. And now you hear some of the moans and groans throughout the SSC.
Alberto Santos with 1 timeout left. Riverside out of timeouts.
Kelsch dug up by Rodriguez, tight to the net, and Kelsch touched the net. So a point for UCR, and they have come all the way back after trailing by as many as 7 to tie things up at 20 here in set number 1. Yosia, middle, Maglio. Right there's Rodriguez. And a free chance here for Hawaii. Can they cash it in? Castillo. That's dug up by the setter, Chelsea Doyle. Bump set goes to Ahuna off the block, kept alive by Kelch. Granado has to bump set cross court to Castillo. What a set it was! And what a put down by Casey.
I think Casey likes playing against this team. She had 500 against them last time, got 13 kills. Tonight, again, taking a great bump set from Granado cross court. Well-formed block by Riverside, but Casey goes over and down.
Granado putting that bump set on the dime. Little scramble play here by UC Riverside, and then Ahuna gets blocked and Ruth. Emily Maglio getting her paws on that one. Right next to Noreen Yosia. That one fell off of a table. Great effort by Fabiana Rosas just to get into the transition. Near collision on the Hawaii side of the net. Now Riverside on the attack. It's Callahan, blocked and Roof. Mags and Castillo.
It's Hawaii's biggest block. Both of them at 6'3". They're tall. They got good hands, good eye movement, and nice contact over the net without touching the net.
A 3-0 burst by the Bows. Anderson again with the serve. Doyle sets up Ahuna, blocked. Joust at the net, kept alive by Castillo. You'll see a back row to Granado. And she got denied by the tape.
Great idea to set, I think, a little bit too low, or Granado a little bit too late. Take your pick.
And so Nicole Rodriguez, a redshirt freshman from Montebello, California, with the serve. Slide goes to Mags. And she got it in just inside that end line, but Michelle Patton-Coleman disagrees, and she is going to instantly challenge the call as she goes and grabs the very official laminated green card.
A smart move, actually, by Michelle, I think, because, you know, she's out of timeouts, and this is like getting another timeout, and slowing the other team down who's at set point.
Exactly. It would be Aloha ball regardless if she were not to have pulled that challenge card. And let's see, it looks like it's right there on the line according to that replay. But you're right, a chance for her to go over as she is doing right now, talk to her team.
And she gets her third timeout. Pretty easy to call. I think Wayne Lee's decided already.
So point for Hawaii, it's Aloha ball here in the first. Wayne Lee down on the floor. Part of this officiating crew tonight. Sid Church is atop the ladder. Wes Kawachi and Kevin Chun, the two line judges. So Hawaii, led by as many as 7, found themselves tied at 20 with UCR, but on the verge of logging this set 1 victory, but it'll have to wait at least another moment as Castillo serves it into the net.
Twice. Their third service error of the night. 5th service error of the night, and they've got a bunch of hitting errors as well. 7.
You'll see a middle to Mags, the dink! Perfectly placed. And Hawaii, you could even say, escapes set number 1 with the win. Teams will swap sides. The Rainbow Wahine up 1-0 here at the Stan Sheriff Center in this Big West Conference battle.
This presentation of Rainbow Wahine Volleyball is sponsored by Straub and Hawaii Honda Dealers.
Leading the conference in blocks and opponent hitting percentage. 5 roofs in the opening set, Chris.
Sometimes your strength doesn't show up every single night, but tonight certainly Hawaii's block, the best block in the conference, shows up again with 5. 2 by Kelch, 3 by Natasha Burns, a couple by Maglio. Robert Mo Santos has got to be pleased with the way that net play is going on right now.
But we mentioned the service errors, Hawaii doing a lot of self-inflicted damage in that first set. They led by as many as 7 and then allowed Riverside to tie things at 20. But 5 service errors, and that's sort of what makes that statistic all the more frustrating is this block, if you just get the serve in play, can usually be as good as any kind of offensive transition you may put together.
Exactly, and to have Riverside get 25% of their points on Hawaii's service errors just does not make sense to have the other team get freebies like that. But then again, on the flip side, Hawaii served tough enough to create 3 service aces and also created a lot of out-of-system plays for Riverside, which led to Hawaii points. So, you're taking a chance when you serve as tough as Hawaii does, and you're going to get your errors. You still hope they come at the wrong time, take you out of rhythm, stop your momentum, things like that.
Good point. You got to know when to let the pressure off the gas pedal sometimes from behind the service line.
Exactly.
Here's Savannah Kahakai. Takes a little something off of that floater. Outside the set goes to Ahuna. And Ahuna with some authority goes off the block and down. That is kill number 5 for her on 16 attempts.
She loves going down that line. Kelch had the line taken. Actually, I think she went seam right between the 2 blockers.
Ahuna played 2 seasons at Eastern Washington. And how about a solo block? Yulia Ushakova on Emily Maglio. That is a freshman denying access to a senior, one of the best senior hitters in the middle in the country.
Yeah. She's got 9 block solos to lead the team.
And another one there. No block in that one, though, on the overpass from the dig, and Maglio easy pickings there. Claire Marie Anderson will now retreat back to serve. Good pass there by Rodriguez. And it's Callahan going off the block. You'll see a slide to Maglio, cross court and in. Got it right by Ahuna. And for Emily Maglio, she continues to pile up the kills. That's her 8th put down, hitting .333 tonight.
Maglio getting another split block there. She's just getting so good at calling the right set in transition.
Well, that one tickled the tape. Middle set, Ushakova is dug up. Yosia thinking offense again.
Her 4th attempt tonight, twice as many as she had the entire match, a 5-setter last time against Riverside. So clearly the strategy tonight be a little more offensive from the setting position for Hawaii.
Calling her own number. I know you, for one, love when she does that.
Yeah, I've always felt that she could be a little more offensive. How about that block by Maglio again?
Well, that was very defensive. Yes, the roof indeed from Mags. It's what she does. 3rd block of this match for Emily Maglio. 4 serving 2 here in set 2. Callahan going cross court and in. So for Hawaii, there is now no room for error. They lose on this floor a couple of weekends back to Cal Poly in a match in which they led 2 sets to none. And so Cal Poly, which won tonight, so actually has now taken a full game lead over the Rainbow Wahine for the moment. Half game lead in the win column. They're sitting in the pole position, now nationally ranked. Hawaii cannot lose, and in fact, will have to defeat Cal Poly when they play at Cal Poly next week on October 27th as Maglio gets another kill.
That's going to be a tough one. Notice that Mags is getting a lot more sets these days. I think that the staff went back to the drawing board and told Yosia we got to find ways to get her more balls. And I think the first order of duty was to pass the ball better so the middle attacker could get more tries.
Maglio dug up by Rosas. Middle set, Ushakova blocked by Mags. Back bump set to Ahuna. Was wide of the pin, but she was able to keep it in. Here's Granado the dink. Ahuna on her knees, able to scoop it. Rosas from the back row, blocked by Maglio and roofed. So another block for Mags. That's her 4th of this match.
Pretty much an impenetrable wall up front right now for Hawaii.
So here's Casey Castillo now to serve. 6 serving 3. And it's an ace. Her 2nd of this match.
Castillo's serve is just so tough. It's moving, it's coming at you fast. Probably in the high 30s, low 40s as far as miles per hour go.
And blasted a little long, so giveth and taketh away.
Yeah.
But how would you characterize the challenge that's in front of Hawaii here? Because yes, trying to keep pace with Cal Poly, but in this particular year, where the Rainbow Wahine lost 5 times in non-conference play in that portion of the season, out of the top 25 ranking, certainly an RPI that is borderline at best. So in years past, if Hawaii weren't to have won the conference as Maggs goes off the block and out, there was still a level of confidence that they would get an at-large into the NCAA tournament. That does not appear at the moment to be such a gimme for this team.
I would totally agree. In past years, what Hawaii would do in their preseason tournaments, they'd load up, have good RPI wins against teams from good conferences, and their RPI would get better and better and better. So at the end of the year, their RPI would be, between 15 and 25. Hard to leave that kind of a team out of the tournament. Now their RPI is closer to mid-50s.
Granado with a blasty blast, dug up back over the net by Tara Eaton, who just came in. Burns, that one pops up back to her. Tried to dunk it down. Rodriguez slaps it across. You'll see it. Slide to Burns off the block. How about the save by Rodriguez? But nobody had her back.
She's amazing. Of the 22 digs that Riverside had in the first set, Rodriguez had 8 of them. She's averaging 4, so she doubled her productivity in that first set. Amazing.
Entered tonight 4th in the league in digs per set, 4.06. Had 15 scoops in that first meeting with Hawaii. And there's a roof by McKenna Granado. Almost came down on the foot of Natasha Burns, but everybody seems to be okay. Largest lead of this second stanza for the Rainbow Wahine. Timeout taken by the Highlanders. Granado saying, "Aole."
Big Island Candies, the perfect place to find the perfect gift. Visit them at their flagship store in Hilo at Ala Moana Center or BigIslandCandies.com to see their amazing selection.
Welcome back. Hawaii up 6 here in set 2. They won set number 1, 25-22. Out of the timeout, Michaela Sherman gets blocked back. Oh, the layout stretch fetch by McKenna Ross. McKenna Granado then obliges with the put down. It was a bookend sequence by the McKennas coming through.
The first McKenna is Ross, and she just gives up her body right here. Hard fall. Robin Amoa almost got run over there. And then the finish, the other bookend, McKenna Granado just powers it through the net. Now there's the kind of play where you don't want to serve in the net. And by the way, nothing against Claire Marie Anderson because she's one of the highest percentage servers that Hawaii has. But right after a great play like that, you got the momentum, you get the crowd with you. You want to keep that service in play because the pressure is really on the other team.
Yeah, you have all that momentum. The crowd is into it after a great sequence and save by McKenna Ross. You don't want to waste that. Hawaii out of sync there. Now with it back with an opportunity. Here's Burns. Diving save by Doyle, slapped over. Good save there by Anderson. Yosia tried to catch the Highlanders napping, nothing doing. Doyle does the same and actually wins that exchange. And so Riverside doing a little bit of what they did in the opening set, getting down big and trying to claw and creep back in.
Well, you can see what this team is, leads the conference in digging. They got 31 digs so far to Hawaii's 26. They just flat out dig a lot of balls.
Yosia high and away to Granado. That was some fire from the junior out of Kailua.
Chrissy Alejo needs a helmet here. Get out of the way. That's a McKenna Granado bomb.
It's one thing when you are trying to make a play for the sake of the team. It's another when you're trying to make a play out of self-defense.
Yeah.
Now that one just long from Noreen Yosia.
Service error number 8 on the night.
Yeah, they're piling them up. They do have 4 aces to show for their efforts. But you'd like that ratio to be a tad bit better than that. Hawaii by 5. Middle set, Burns blocked. Played by Riverside. They go middle to Meg Graham. Another little back and forth, pitter-patter action. Now Granado, nothing pitter-patter about that. That was a mash.
How about the set from Kaha Kai, the libero, the alternate setter. When Yosia digs the ball, she passes it to Kaha Kai, and Kaha Kai puts up a beauty. You see how Granado immediately pointed to Kaha Kai like, hey, girl, that's just where I like it.
Outside. Sherman is dug up by Yosia. Kaha Kai. Cross-court bump set. Kelch two-hands it over. So Riverside plays it. Sherman off the shoulder of Granado. Now Castillo hops, skips, and jumps and is dug up by Tara Eaton. Sherman a third time. Can Kaha Kai get there? Oh, not for a lack of effort. Goes down in a thud. Appears to be okay as she pops right back up, and the crowd will rightfully applaud the effort.
You know, she's so valuable. I'm not shy. I get real nervous when she goes for balls like that. She has no fear whatsoever. She takes off. There's really no chance to get this, but she gets a hand on it. Amazing. What an athlete.
Her dad was a great running back in the day at Farrington. She got a little bit of that football mentality out there on the volleyball court, no doubt. As that one is hit long by Burns. Here's Fabiana Rosas. Received a medical red shirt last year after tearing her ACL in the third match of the season. Castillo's blocked back. Kelch through the block, diving save Rodriguez. Here's Ahuna. Well, that may have been an out ball played by Rodriguez. Now Callahan the dink, diving save Kelch. Back row set Granado. Here's Rosas, dug up by Kaha Kai. Castillo, can somebody end it? She will.
Casey Castillo seems to love to play against this UCR team. 14 kills last time, hit 500. Every time she turns around, she's hitting deep cross court or dropping it in the middle with a little roll shot like that. Steady play by Casey Castillo.
Yeah, hitting 250 tonight. Here's Kaha Kai with the serve. Outside, a quick outside set to Ahuna, blocked back. Ahuna a second time by the double block, but she missed the court wide. And it's a point for Hawaii.
And they're taking a lot of Kailani Ahuna's line right now, forcing her to hit cross court into Kaha Kai.
Ahuna, who led Kamehameha Hawaii to 4 BIIF titles. That is one heck of a program over there. Here is Ahuna smothered by that block. Rodriguez has to save it back into the field of play. So chance for Hawaii. Mags in the middle. Missed the court wide. And it's a point for UC Riverside. Robin Amos Santos contemplating a challenge, now reaches for the green card, and we're going to review this one.
A rare error from someone who hits 380 on the year, and I think she'll be hitting 400 by the time the year's over.
Now the question is if she is challenging a touch on the block there on the swing by Maglio or the in-out call. And we know how difficult the touch can be to review.
Much easier to review the line call.
Sure,
much easier.
Sure, exactly. Ooh.
Oh yeah, good call. It's out. You saw it good? I think it was out.
I think I'm with you there. Oh, from that angle looks a little bit different, but
yeah.
Again, you need sort of the overwhelming evidence to reverse a call. The key portion of this is the fact that it was called out on the floor, and I think from that angle, I'm not sure if there would be enough evidence to overturn the call, but who knows?
I agree. From this angle, it looks clearly out. Looks like it's all green. But I think that one will be the defining one that will give the point to UC Riverside.
All right, so it will be a Riverside point. The call stands. Wayne Lee making the review. Making pretty quick work of it, too. You got to love that.
Yeah, they're being very efficient about their duties in this day and age of replays.
Maglio. That was a no-doubter. No review necessary.
That was well within the lines, don't you think?
Another Maglio monster performance. 11 kills, 4 blocks.
And 350.
The only player in double digits. Next closest is McKenna Granado. She has 7 kills. Castillo blocked back. Good cover there by Kahakai. Back row set to Granado. The dink sniffed out easily by Callahan. Outside, Ahuna was drifting past that pin. So now Mags on the step out. Just gently places it down. Emily Maglio, but this already represents her 15th double-digit kill match this season.
And she's just getting better and better at this, and knowing when the set isn't just right, she's not going to wail away and create an error. If the set isn't just right, she'll create roll shots like that. And that's one of the things I think she learned playing beach volleyball.
The apparent inner conversation that occurs on the floor with Emily Maglio is fun to watch unto itself as Claire Marie Anderson deals an ace out of the deck. But she'll smile to herself, just that look, as if she's the only one who gets the joke that's going on out there on the floor. Timeout, Riverside, Hawaii by 8. Welcome back. Let's check out the first Hawaiian Bank top 3 2017 Big West single match blocks. Yes, Skylar Williams. Remember, that was her debut. 12 blocks for the true freshman. Emily Maglio on the top 3 as well with 10 blocks. She's done that 3 times already this season. In fact, 3 times in the last 4 matches. Diving save there by Claire Marie Anderson. High cross-court bump set to Castillo. Good job there by Rodriguez to keep it alive. Now Callahan tight to the net. Kahakai, 2-hand set to Castillo, rolls it into the back row and down.
Casey Castillo's another one who's making great choices of shots when the set is not just right how she likes it. That one is a great example of how she was getting a set that was very close to her from Kahakai, and she just said, you know what? This is not the kind of set I like. I'm just going to roll this down the line, and she found an unsuspecting digger, wasn't ready for it.
Now, you may be wondering, we showed that first Hawaiian Bank top 3 with Skylar Williams and the 12 blocks. We haven't seen Skylar Williams going on 5 matches. She didn't play in the previous 4. Took a volleyball to the dome in practice and was not cleared to play a couple of weekends back. As Kahakai sniffs out that dink. Here's Maglio from the outside. Dug up by Rodriguez. Now the swing by the freshly inserted Michaela Grove. And the true freshman from right there in Riverside, California, gets the point for the Highlanders.
And at 6'2", they're the tallest player, I believe. Well, Coach Patton Coleman told us that she had a young team, and clearly she does.
Oh, ill-timed service error from Christy Alejo. Point Hawaii. She likes a lot, does Michelle Patton Coleman, about this team, though.
She does, definitely. I watched them practice yesterday, and boy, it was fiercely competitive, and a lot of good internal leadership going on as well.
Outside, Grove dug up by Castillo. Here's Granado up the ladder. Point for Hawaii. And you were talking about it during warm-ups. We were watching UC Riverside going at it, and you said they got some bangers on that side of the net.
They really do, and they looked good in practice yesterday. I really thought that the first set would have been even closer, and I thought that this set would be closer as well.
So substitution here, McKenna Ross coming in for Casey Castillo to serve. Ross, who has been sort of the Swiss Army knife for this team here this season.
She can play anywhere.
And she does.
Yeah.
With the jump serve. Passed by Rosas. Outside, it's Grove again. But the true freshman is rudely met at the net by the senior block specialist, Emily Maglio.
Takes a nice step to the outside. Give a lot of credit to Noreen Yosia. She might have had more paws on it than Maglio, but they'll both get credit for half a block.
Yosia actually second on the team in blocks, which is pretty remarkable when you think of the fact that she's a setter. Had 49 total blocks coming into tonight. Morgan Klein getting some run here for UC Riverside.
I think she's second on the team in digs as well.
Jump serve by Ross, a good one. Great pass by Rodriguez. So a little freshman to freshman connection. But Grove is dug up. Granado dug up as well. Klein goes middle. That one a little low for Ushakova. Maglio off the block and down. So we are seeing now Michelle Patton-Coleman go to the bench and put in some of the youth, some of the inexperience, trying to see if there's any kind of combination that works right now.
And when was the last time you saw this stat? Emily Maglio leading the team in total attempts.
Wow.
Normally middle attackers, they get like the least number of attempts, but not with Maglio.
Yeah,
they're trying to find her whenever they can.
24 attempts to that point.
Very, very unusual.
Granato from off the net, got a piece of the block. Chased down there by Klein. And then that one looped out of bounds by Grove. So point for Hawaii. A much easier path to potential victory here in set 2 as compared to set 1 when it was tied at 20. Aloha ball already for the Rainbow Wahine. They have the Highlanders doubled up. High toss from Ross. Oh, trying to get jiggy with it was the setter, Morgan Klein. Didn't quite turn out the right way for her, at least what she had envisioned. So Hawaii gets to 25. They take set 2, and they'll have an opportunity to crack open the broom closet here at the SSC. Welcome back. Let's take a look at the McDonald's match statistics. Things got pretty lopsided after that second set, Chris.
Yeah, you can see Hawaii's kill percentage 225 to Riverside's 038. Riverside normally on the air hits 189, so they're well below their average. Hawaii usually hits 249 on the air, so they're at least getting close to their average. Look at the block differential, though. 9 blocks to 1. Hawaii just dominating at the net. Highlanders having trouble getting the ball into Hawaii's backcourt, though Hawaii's got 40 digs and Riverside with 41. And I do like the way that Rodriguez is playing for Riverside. 14 digs on the night. She and Kawakai putting on a little libero show for us.
McKenna Granato, 8 digs to match her 8 kills and also surpasses 400 career digs. Little side note here on her performance. But what did you like the most? What were you most concerned about from the Hawaii side of the net through the first 2 sets?
I think what I like most is their steadiness and consistency. Once they did a few self-inflicted wounds, it's almost like, whoa, let's not serve out so much. Let's not hit so many balls out. Let's keep it in play and play more volleyball and not give the other team so many free points. So I think once they did that, they've been much, much better, and hence the 2-0 lead.
And Hawaii with an opportunity to sweep. They would like nothing better as they try to maintain their position on the heels of Cal Poly in the Big West Conference standings. They would like nothing better to make quick work, if at all possible, against UC Riverside, with the match against Cal State Fullerton set to drop tomorrow night. Kirsten Sibley on the floor for Hawaii, and Emily Maglio just continuing to do Emily Maglio things, getting kill number 14, hitting up near 400.
I think Sibley's getting a shot because Kelsch is no kills, 2 errors, and 10 attempts, hitting negative 200. She's got a couple of blocks, but I think Sibley at least is going to get a chance to do something.
Fabiana Rosas, we did not see her in the front row through the first 2 sets, but as you alluded to earlier, she was one of the more devastating offensive attackers for this Riverside team prior to tearing her ACL just 3 matches into the season last year.
Exactly. She's probably 90% back.
Castillo showing the heavy arm. Great dig by Rodriguez. That was pretty filthy. Here's Mags on the slide. Blocked out a piece. So Doyle, back bump sets to Rosas. Right there is Anderson. Good rally here. Castillo took something off. Sherman, flat-footed, slaps it across. Yosia, back row to Granato, dug up by Doyle. When will this sequence end? Callahan, dug up by Granato. Yosia, slide to Mags. And that will finally conclude a marathon back-and-forth sequence.
That's a pretty good volleyball, both sides. Doyle with a great dig in the middle of that rally. I thought that ball was going to go down on the swing by Granato. And Doyle popped it right up. Maglio again being the Terminator. 15 kills in the night and 5 blocks. Those are some pretty good numbers.
But as you mentioned, the number that stands out the most, 27 attempts for Emily Maglio. As Ross got under that one just a tad.
And you got to credit Hawaii's passers for that. They worked really hard. I watched it a couple times this week, and it seemed like almost half the practice was serve receive and transition stuff. So you got to give a lot of credit to the passers who have improved their lot.
Here's the serve by Kat Lowry into the twine. So the service errors starting to pile up. Hawaii has 10 on its side. That's just the third for Riverside. Again, tomorrow night it will be Cal State Fullerton in the house, as the Rainbow Wahine try to maintain their position. They will go up against Cal Poly. Started tonight, just a half game back of the Mustangs after that 5-set loss to Cal Poly a couple of weekends back. High and away, the set to Granado, down the line but wide.
Ooh, she got it just where she wanted in her wheelhouse. She just tried to bite off too much line there.
But that's going to be, I mean, it's, dare we say, a rarity for a Big West match to have so much riding on it when you consider postseason ramifications.
I mean, next week, talking about next week,
for the
Cal
Rainbow
Poly.
Wahine. Next week, Cal Poly is, I mean, it's a big one. Burns, paintbrush that one. So here's Sherman. Block got a good chunk. Burns playing it off the net to no avail. Point for Riverside. They're up 4-3.
It's one area in which I think Burns can really improve on, those second touches on a broken play after the block. And you got to make a quick bump up. It's not her strength.
Here's Yosia. Middle set to Burns. Didn't get it above the twine. So 5-3 Riverside. Here to start set 3, this Rainbow Wahine team still buffering. Yosia goes outside to Granado, and she just pokes it down to the middle of the floor.
Granado's finding that donut in the middle of the UCR defense time and time again. Normally, Granado gets her kills with the 90-mile-an-hour heaters, but tonight she's had a lot of those little off-speed shots drop.
Hitting .240 with 9 kills is Granado. Good dig there by Yosia. Here's Kahakai setting up Sibley. That had some velocity on it, but dug up by Rodriguez, and then Sherman straight down.
Sherman was overdue. 4 kills, 3 errors, only hitting .062. Not numbers that she is normally getting. So I expected her to sort of, at some point, start really turning it on.
Meanwhile, Nicole Rodriguez, the libero for UC Riverside, putting on a show. This is an athlete who played 4 years of soccer in high school as Granado gets kill number 10. But Rodriguez, who was a first-team all-league selection as a junior and senior in soccer, decided to choose volleyball. She was one of those that kept coming around to the UC Riverside camps, and next thing you know, she's donning the uniform, red-shirted last year, and now just piling up the defensive numbers.
She's 5'5", and she's everywhere.
Rosas off the block and down.
The tooling of the outside blocker's hands are what killed Hawaii last time when they played at Riverside. Sibley's got to take a little more line there, I think, and channel the hitter's attacks into Kahakai.
Block got a piece on Burns. Outside, Rosas showing some spring off the floor. Granado showing some bounce herself.
Good set selection by Yosia that time. The other hitters were really not quite ready because of the way the defense was setting up on that shot.
1 point differential here. Maglio with an easy solo roof on Kat Lowry in the middle. There's now 10 total team blocks for Hawaii, and for Emily Maglio, 6 blocks under her name. Rosas block out a piece again. You'll see a backside to Sibley. Good reaction by Rosas out of her position after coming down on the block, but because she's wearing that heavy knee brace, every time she hits the deck, there is that shade of concern that whether or not she's going to be okay, but she does appear to be just fine. Sibley getting the kill.
Good, confident, strong swing by Sibley that time. She hit high seam and she had a swing before that was solid as well. So she's looking solid offensively.
Rosas denied. Kirsten Sibley right next to Emily Maglio. And the block party is officially on here at the Stan Sheriff Center.
I think it really is. I don't think Hawaii's invited Riverside to the party either, do you think? Sibley got most of that one there, but as we said earlier, Maglio will get credit for half that block because she got there and went up.
Rosas going up over the block, but right there is Yosia. So the set to Castillo, roll shot. Easy pickings for Rosas, who gets the set in the middle. A little different positioning there on the set to Rosas.
Yeah, she came over to get the dig and on the tip shot, so she was all the way over the other side of the court. So rather than retreat to her normal left side position, she just called out for a high two in the middle, and she got it. And got the kill.
So tightly contested first stretch of this third set. Back row set to Granado. That was some thunder. Dug up back over the net by Rodriguez. Bump set Castillo. And Hawaii gets the point. They're up 2.
Castillo continuing her solid ways. 5 kills, and yet to make an error. Hitting .250.
Meanwhile, Nicole Rodriguez on the side of UC Riverside with 18 digs. Rosas down the line and out. That block will mess with your head, right? After a while, you get so many touches, so many roofs.
Exactly. That's an avoidance attack, no question.
Anderson with the serve. Rosas tried to touch it over. Anderson the save. Castillo against a double block. Here's Rosas. Big swing, blocked back. So Doyle goes the other way to Callahan. And that may have been an out ball.
Good swing by Callahan. She got a lot on that one. It's a shot she was hitting yesterday in practice. I was really impressed at how she hit on that right side. But they haven't had many opportunities to go to her tonight. I think Callahan's only had maybe 11 tries so far.
Maglio. That's one of...
And here's somebody who's had, just a few more tries. He's had 28 tries, 16 kills, hitting .429. Oh, man.
That's just one of those gimmies. You get a good pass, and you can get Emily Maglio on the slide. I mean, it's
hard to stop.
Pretty high percentage play.
Very high.
She's hitting .429, speaking of high percentages. 12-39. Callahan dug up by Kahakai. Hawaii has it on its side. Maglio tried to push it through the block, and she does so successfully. So what amounts to the 10th dig for Kahakai also amounts to the 17th kill for Emily Maglio.
I think Mags is kind of enjoying getting all these sets. What do you think?
I mean, she's
got the sheepish grin, you know.
She's getting like Granado numbers on the attempts here. It's the 11th service error for Hawaii. So Victoria Bakawati now in and back to serve. 5'2" freshman playing in just her 6th match of the season. Rosas with the diving save there. Hawaii in transition. You'll see it goes middle to Maglio. It's all day, every day.
I think she's just keep feeding Maglio until Maglio's arm falls off. What do you think? Mag's getting a little bit of a, she got major congratulations from Coach Amos Santos, and then the team is just loving it.
I'm sure she's loving it too.
There's her best buddy Greeley.
Oh, that one pounded down. Good set in the middle to Meg Brown. So the story tonight for Hawaii has been Emily Maglio, 17 kills. That should actually be 18 kills on 30 attempts and 7 blocks. and hitting well over 400. Here's Granado. Hawaii gets the 15 first here in the third. Already up 2-0 against UC Riverside. Welcome back. Let's check out how it works, presented by Central Pacific Bank. Chris.
Well, let's see how it works when Hawaii throws a few new wrinkles into their offensive repertoire. You see Casey Castillo hitting out of the middle there. What's up with that? And then as the play goes on, look who's hitting on the outside. Middle attacker, Emily Maglio. And that's how it works when a team wants to sort of mix things up as the season goes along, and the other teams have seen everything you do. So why not throw a few new plays in? And I think Hawaii is smart to do that.
Hawaii on the attack out of the timeout. Granado. The dig by Rodriguez. This number 19. Rosas from the back row. Right there is Ross. Backside, it's Sibley. Off the block. Rosas comes swooping in, but that one would have required a distance of a leap that was maybe a little too ambitious.
It would have taken Jordan-esque kind of a leap. Kind of like the kind you had when you played basketball.
Yes, exactly what I was thinking. Yes. 16 serving 11. And that's going to be a net violation against Hawaii. Now, we have not seen Kaiulani Ohuna here in this third set. She had 6 kills through the first 2 sets, hit $129, $125, I should say, but she was far and away the most effective offensive player for UC Riverside the first time these two teams met. As Granado slices that one cross court and in.
Well, you've seen Michelle Patton Coleman as we see McKenna Granado cut this cross court. Nice shot. We've seen Michelle Patton Coleman, the UCR coach, go to a lot of players that have not played much this year. Maybe it's the trip to Hawaii thing. And this girl has only played 3 sets this year, but if we're ever going to play her, let's play her in Hawaii in front of a lot of people.
Joust at the net, and Natasha Burns at 6'5", heavily favored, and wins the joust.
Yeah, pretty big lineup for Hawaii up front, 6'5", 6'3", 6'1".
Timeout UC Riverside, Hawaii off and running again. Welcome back. Let's go inside the numbers presented by Heineken. 56, that's the Big West leading service aces in conference for Hawaii. And they have added 5 service aces to their total tonight. McKenna Granado has one of them. The dig there by Yosia. Oh, that was dangerous. Kahakai and Sibley colliding. And Sibley slow to get up. And she looks a little woozy.
Yeah, she's definitely woozy.
As the dink goes down, and the coach is quickly out onto the floor as Angelica Ljungqvist helping Kirsten Sibley off of the court. And
she took Kakai's knee there, didn't she? Straight shot to the temple.
Yeah, that is a blow for sure. And it's not just the impact to the back of the head, but it's also the jerking motion, the whiplash, if you will, of the neck. And so Renee Shigemura will take a look. Scary moment there regarding sophomore Kirsten Sibley. And so she is being tended to, certainly concerned there, but the match must go on. And so McKenna Granado with the serve. Rosas climbing the ladder. Gets it down for a UC Riverside kill.
Rosas starting to come alive. Heading out of the back row. Very effective in the front left position.
The serve by Rodriguez. Yosia goes middle to Burns. Puts some extra oomph into it and gets the point for Hawaii. How does that affect the psyche? We were talking about the psychology of this team as it pertains to their overall standing in the season, but you see a teammate in scary position and predicament being tended to. The match goes on. How does that affect things?
That's a good point. I'm sure the girls have talked about this, in the locker room among themselves, about how if someone goes down, then it's imperative for everyone else to start pulling a little bit harder. That's the general mantra. So that's my guess is that what this Hawaii team is feeling right now. And they're going to check on Sibley right now.
Castillo with the kill. Timeout Riverside. Smiles from Sibley. Time now for the Fujitsu air conditioning cool play. And this is the McKenna bookend play from earlier in the match. McKenna Ross with the layout one-hand save, and then McKenna Granado with the kill. My man Drew Santos from Fujitsu. I'm sure he loved that one. Roll shot by Rosas. And Riverside gets the point out of the timeout.
Nice roll shot by Rosas. She saw Hawaii playing in a pretty deep defensive pattern. She just found a way to roll it in, a little beach roll shot.
So just to update you, Kirsten Sibley on the bench for Hawaii. We did see her issue a few smiles during that last timeout in the huddle. Some of her teammates coming over to check on her. She did take a knee to the back of the head, scrambling for the volleyball by Savannah Kahakai, and certainly appeared to be woozy, but there she is on the bench, and at least as of now, appears to be okay. So we will continue to, I'm sure, monitor that, but looks like things are okay at the moment.
Yeah, she looks way better now than she did right after the play.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. 21-14, middle set, and that one hit wide by Yulia Ushakova. Former Big West Conference Freshman of the Week back in the first weekend of September. Born in Russia was Yulia Ushakova, as Kendra Kelsch hits it into the net.
Played basketball in high school as well.
So here's Fabiana Rosas to serve. You'll see it go slide to Megs. Good scramble play there by Rosas. Hawaii, though, with the free chance. They go outside. It's Castillo over the double block. Diving save Rosas. She's been all over the floor. And then Sherman finishes the deal.
It's pretty good defense there by Riverside, staying in that rally long enough to give Sherman, a big bomber on the outside, time to put it away.
What do you make of the potential here for Riverside in the upcoming years with some of this youth that they're putting on display tonight?
Well, I think that the future looks good for Riverside because of people like that. Sherman missed her shot there, but you know she's just going to get better and better as the years go on. She's just a sophomore from Antioch, California. Led them in kills last year. As we said, all Big West freshmen last year, and this team's going to be good. They're going to start upsetting teams in that upper half.
Backside, it's Callahan. Block got a good chunk of that one. Here's Granado. Oh, the Riverside block got an even bigger chunk of the Granado swing. In fact, it's a roof. Just the second team block of the match for the Highlanders.
I think Callahan got most of that one. Solid block by Brooke, the 5'11 senior.
So 17 serving 23. And Victoria Bakawati, who lists Eric Shoji among her favorite athletes. Yosia, joust at the net, unable to put it down. Sherman, high hands, right there is Ross. Yosia goes to Granado. Deep corner, but long.
Good thing Hawaii had a cushion, a large cushion. Now they're going back to the self-inflicted wound era.
You'll see a backside. Here's Maglio hitting from the opposite position. And it's working wherever she's striking it. 19 kills for Emily Maglio on 33 swings. To go along with 7 blocks, she's hitting .455 and about 4,220 rise here at the SSC on Aloha Bowl.
And let Maglio stay in to serve. Maybe they'll set her in the back row.
Sherman.
Oh, how about that dig by Maglio?
Mags with the dig. Here's Kelch from the back row. Riverside, good job keeping it alive. Hawaii looking to finish. Yosia to Granado up the ladder. Dug up by Rodriguez. Here's Sherman off the block. There's Granado. Yosia has choices. Goes to Burns. Gets it in. Point Hawaii. And that is your match. The Rainbow Wahine take it. Ekahi Elua Aloha against UC Riverside. We'll be back. A career-high 19 kills for Emily Maglio, and Hawaii pulls off the sweep over UC Riverside. Scott Robbs is with Robin Amos Santos.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. Yeah, we're finally with you, Robin. Coach, you're just mentioning Emily, a career-high 19 kills. She got a lot of swings tonight, maybe more swings than she's ever had. Was that one of the game plans?
I mean, I think from the beginning of the season, it's a game plan every game. And I'm glad that she's on the up right now, so if she keeps going, it's better for us.
And we saw more aggressive offensively in Noreen Yosia as well.
Yeah, I was surprised in that one, too. Whatever. I said, hey, if you're going to dump the ball, make sure it goes down. So.
I thought maybe one of the biggest differences from your first meeting was your block. Your block tonight was terrific.
Yeah, I think we spent like 2 hours with our little DS, the barrels hitting against them. And I really wanted to focus on not getting too, on the right side, and they did a great job. It took them like, a couple moments in the first set, but they did a good job.
Congratulations, enjoy it. We'll see you again tomorrow.
Okay, thanks.
All right, guys, back over to you.
Thanks a lot, Scott. Hawaii with 5.5 total blocks against UC Riverside back on September 30th in California. They log 11 tonight. We'll be back with more. Welcome back. Bank of Hawaii presents the players of the match. Nicole Rodriguez, 20 digs for UC Riverside, and Emily Maglio, we mentioned, the career-high 19 kills, hitting .455 for the match to go along with 7 blocks. Even had a couple of digs and was behind the service line on that final sequence. But the big number for her, she was just shy of her career high in attempted kills. 35 was the career high previously against Baylor. She goes for 33 attempts here tonight with the career high 19 kills. You've often said throughout this season that you would love to see Emily Maglio not only get more attempts, but get more attempts all over the floor. We saw some of that tonight for sure.
Yeah, she hit some different balls. She really did hit from pin to pin tonight. She got a set to the left side pin at one point. I think it was our cool, I know it was how it works play.
Correct.
And then she got a lot of wide slides out to the right side pin. And when she was playing in the back row in this last sequence, you might not have seen it, but she was screaming for the A ball, which is the back row. It's a comparable to the D ball when it's on the A side of the court. She was screaming for that. She wanted to get one of those out of the back row, but it's all in her hands. If she wants to play 6 rotations, then she's going to have to keep working hard, keep being verbally aggressive and physically aggressive, and continue to be the leader that she is, and work on her passing a little bit maybe, so she can play maybe and pass in the back row as well.
Is it not too late? I mean, at this point in the season, is that something that you can still entertain, that we might maybe even see here before this regular season is Pau?
Absolutely, but it'd take a lot of work in practice next week to get it in place before the Cal Poly game. I think that's what's really important, is that Cal Poly game next week. Hawaii's really got to have all their act together. The offense has got to be good. Tonight it was right on average. They hit around 250, and they held Riverside to under 100 points below their average. So the offense and defense looking pretty sharp right now. I think they need to be up one more notch if they're going to compete with Cal Poly San Luis Obispo.
Well, they got another one here at home tomorrow night against Cal State Fullerton, and then maybe if that goes well, they can focus on that upcoming match against Cal Poly next week. It'll be a doozy. Hawaii with the win tonight stays within a half game of the Mustangs atop the Big West Conference standings. Rainbow Wahine now 14-6 overall, 8-1 in the league. Riverside falls to 9-11, 1-7 in the Big West Conference. That will do it for us. Don't forget about the Heineken postgame show after this. For Chris McLaughlin, I'm Kanoa Leahy. Until next time, everybody, aloha.